For years, fasting has been sold as the silver bullet, the solution to belly fat, low testosterone, and mental fog. Influencers half your age post shredded photos and say, "Just skip breakfast, bro." And when it doesn't work the same for you, you just think, "I need more discipline." But that's not what you are missing. You are missing the protocol you will hear about today, a guide that will make you stop looking for solutions and finally stick to a method that helps you get the results you want, and finally get what fasting promised you. If you're a man and you've been trying intermittent fasting and wondering why the hell it's not working like they promised, this video is going to explain exactly why. You're doing the 16 to 8 window. You're skipping breakfast. You're grinding through hunger. But what results does that create? Minimal. In fact, you might feel more tired, more anxious, and more frustrated than before, and just enforced through thinking, it will be worth it. But are you sure it will? Your libido didn't come back. Your belly isn't shrinking. You're left thinking, is this whole thing just BS? Neither. You've just been following a rule made for gym influencers with a seemingly perfect life that was never thought for a man with responsibilities, a path of life, and stress. That same fast that can help a 20-year-old can actually mess with your sleep and kill your motivation, especially if you're already stressed, not sleeping like a rock, or dealing with symptoms that made you encounter fasting. The very tool that's supposed to optimize your health might be grinding your hormones deeper into the dirt. But then comes also the shame. You see younger guys crushing it with fasting, and you think, I must be doing it wrong. Maybe I need to fast more hours. So you push harder. You fast longer. You punish yourself. But listen to me. You aren't missing discipline. You just need the right protocol for your biology I will give you here. And once you understand how your body truly works at this stage of life, everything starts to click. This isn't another fasting is bad rant. This is the truth no one's explaining to men like you. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn what fasting actually does to your body, how to spot if it's hurting you, and more importantly, what to do instead that works with your biology, not against it. Fasting isn't magic. It's just controlled periods of not eating, usually to trigger a metabolic state called ketosis, where your body starts burning stored fat for energy. That sounds great, but here's the problem. When you're living after a certain stage of life, your hormonal environment is different. Testosterone is lower. Recovery is slower. Your stress response is more sensitive. So what fasting does is increase cortisol, the stress hormone, to keep your blood sugar stable. For some guys, that's no big deal. But for men already dealing with fatigue, anxiety, or sleep issues, that extra cortisol just digs the hole deeper. You didn't get here because you're lazy. You got here because you followed advice that wasn't made for your biology. Take into account that most fasting protocols are built around youthful bodies with high testosterone, low stress, and zero responsibilities. That is the fairy reality, the one every man with a ballsack wants. You've got a job, bills, a family, broken sleep, and a metabolism that doesn't bounce back like it used to. So if you want real results, that starts with 3 strategies that are simple, powerful, and built for the realistic male body and life, not the one that's shown in TikTok. Instead of chasing long fasting windows, start aligning your meals with your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock that controls everything from hormone release to digestion. It's been shown that men have better metabolic and hormonal responses when they eat during daylight hours, especially within 90 minutes of waking. Try it yourself. How have you felt when you eat the big meal of the day after dawn? And compare it when you have a protein-rich breakfast early in the morning. Why does this happen? Because that's when testosterone, insulin sensitivity, and digestive enzymes are peaking. I know the idea of eating early feels wrong after years of skip breakfast advice. But try this. Within an hour of waking, fix yourself a real breakfast. Listen to me and give it a try. A month of a couple of eggs, some Greek yogurt, not the low-fat shit. Maybe a scoop of protein powder blended with frozen berries after that. Just give it 3 weeks. You'll feel your mind sharpen up mid-morning, your cravings chill out, and that edge, it starts coming back to your power. One of the biggest mistakes men make is trying to eat less instead of eat smarter. What actually improves body composition and hormone balance is something called protein anchoring, making high-quality protein the core of every meal. That means that most of the calories of your plate comes from the protein. Why? Because protein has the highest thermic effect. Your body burns more calories digesting it. It supports lean muscle, your number one testosterone driver, and it keeps you full longer. Think about it like this. Every meal, ask yourself, where's my protein? Grill up some chicken thighs for lunch with some greens and olive oil. Dinner? Go with salmon or tuna, maybe a side of roasted potatoes or even rice. But what's most important is that the protein is the core of your plate. Doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. Your body isn't craving less food. It's craving the right one. Start feeding it like a man who's reclaiming his power. Now, here's what I need you to really understand, because if you don't get this, no diet will work the way it's supposed to. No diet, period. If your stress is out of control, no diet will work the way it's supposed to. Chronic stress raises your cortisol, and high cortisol blunts testosterone, stores belly fat, and wrecks your sleep. That's why some guys fast and feel worse, because they're stacking more stress on top of an already maxed out system. The real unlock is managing stress as a daily priority, just like food or workouts. The number one thing I want you to do after you finish this video, which is even more important than what you eat after finishing it, is this. Before you worry about your next diet plan, I want you to take 10 minutes today, just 10, and go for a walk outside without your phone. Breathe, unclench your jaw, stretch, and think about those things that stresses you the most. And how can you manage them in a way that over time, they will not cause you so much stress? I know it sounds small. It even sounds unrelated to all of this. But this is how we reset our nervous system. If you don't give your body safety, it'll never give you energy. Handle this, and the other stuff finally starts working with you, not against you. If this sounds like BS or just more fake advice, okay, but try it and see the results for yourself. If you try all this and do it consciously with belief, and after 1 month you haven't seen the slightest change, you have all the right to say this is fake and useless. But let me tell you something. You're not broken, lazy, or behind. You've just been trying to play an 18-year-old influencer game with a different reality. What you need is not punishment through hunger or guilt, but a system that gives back, that lets you build momentum without feeling like you're constantly on the edge of burnout. That's what these strategies do. They rebuild your masculine edge from the inside out, and most importantly, from a realistic standpoint. Every time you eat a real breakfast, hit your protein goal, or take a walk how I suggested earlier, you're not just improving your health. You're reminding yourself who you really are. And what are you? A man who takes care of his body because he values his strength. A man who doesn't fall for hype, but builds results that actually last. You don't need to be perfect. Not even those fasting fans are. You need to be consistent. Now you know how to actually start your mornings right, what kind of fuel your body really needs, and how to stop cortisol from quietly sabotaging all your progress. But there's still one more trap most men over 45 are stuck in. It's the biggest food lie we've been sold for decades, and it's probably in your kitchen right now. If you want to finally break free of it, watch this next video on screen. It'll blow your mind and give you the clarity you've been missing.